Non mi Gesù.
Hi everybody, coming to you this week from Hong Kong. Not a restaurant called Hong Kong, although I am going to have a meal with you, but I'm actually in the city of Hong Kong. I don't really know how I got here. I didn't even really realize I was going to be here today. I am in Hong Kong, having a strange meal. I don't know what I'm eating right now. I just ordered this. Let's see if it's good. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Not bad. I'd like to talk to you about, though, this week here on the Jesus trip. The Lord's been speaking to me a little bit about China, the Far East. And this year you're going to see some major openings in China. You're going to see the Chinese church shining like never before. And, we're going to be learning a lot from the Chinese church. One thing the Chinese church has had for quite a while is Percy. A lot of persecution in the Chinese church. We get a lot of persecution ourselves because we're happy. We don't use religious language. Something about persecution, it's a manifestation of the kingdom. If you're not operating in a little bit of Percy, having Percy thrown at you, that is, you're probably not manifesting the fullness of the kingdom. One of the things you're about to see in this day is those who've been weathered and tested in the fires of persecution are going to be operating in a greater level of joy, greater level of glory, and a greater level of signs and wonders this year. We're about to see major sweeping through the Asian church of emerging leaders who are operating in the supernatural. And you're about to see major levels of Percy, as we like to call it, sweeping through the Western church. So buckle your safety belts. It's going to be a lot of fun. One thing about Percy is it really does enhance your buzz in the glory. A lot more glory comes on off the back of Percy. Another thing this year about to see is God is really releasing this heavy trance-like glory, this major trance realm, this ecstatic movement. You're seeing ecstatics emerging, people who are more caught up in the heavens than they are the earth realm, people who going into heavy raptures and ligature, people who are literally tranced out, concentration ecstasies, absorption ecstasies. God is really releasing the mystic realm of his glory. That word mystic always started in the church. It belongs to the church. We're not going to let New Age cop it off. You're going to have people who are living in the spirit and who are operating in spiritual dynamics. Whoa, shake it, bugger. A lot of glory right here in Hong Kong. The earth has never seen. Now, one thing I'd like to share with you is the story of Peter. You may remember in Acts chapter 10, Peter's on the rooftop and he goes into an ecstasy. He goes into a trance. The Greek word is ecstasis. Now we, teach a lot about trances, about ecstasies. But one thing significant to remember is that Peter fell into an ecstasis. He fell into a trance. He fell into an ecstasy. He wasn't climbing a ladder. He wasn't trying to work himself into a drunken state. But he just released himself into what was already reality. See, if you're in Christ, then you're already in heaven. You've been seated in heavenly realms, Ephesians 2:6. Philippians 3 says you're a citizen of heaven. Christ has already brought together heaven and earth under one head. Ephesians 1, 9 through 10 says that God was pleased. He had good pleasure to reveal the mystery. You see, it's all about the mystery of heaven on earth, which is Christ, which is the gospel, that he reconnected heaven and earth on the cross. He reconnected you into Eden. He reconnected you into heaven. So, it's not about your efforts. It's about you easing and just drifting gloriously into this trance realm through the finished works of Christ. And you're going to see a mass movement of ecstatic believers being raised up this year, and a lot of them are going to be coming from the East. And, there are a lot of strongholds in the East, just naturally in the world. Culturally, you've got Buddhism, you've got Hinduism. But what you're going to see is you're going to see the church, believers in the church rising up, and more of a realization of the unseen realm than any of these, false religions could possibly offer. And with this movement, this ecstatic movement that God's releasing in the East and the West, one thing to remember, with Peter on the rooftop, is that in his trance, the Lord lowered down a basket and he gave him a meal of strange things that he wasn't used to eating. Peter had never eaten this stuff before. Offered a strange meal. And oftentimes, when you're in a trance, you're in ecstasy, the Lord offers you a strange meal. He shows you something that you'd never seen before. He enables you to encounter revelation that is different. It's outside of your box. The key is found in Jude 9, that we don't criticize what we don't understand. Oftentimes, the Lord likes to challenge our existing religious paradigm by revealing to us something new, something unknown. Not that it's new, but it may be new to us. Maybe it's something that other parts of the church have already experienced. Throughout church history, there are mystics and seers and forerunners and prophets who encountered the unseen realm, who lived ecstatic lifestyles. Even in the Protestant church and all the major revivals, there were ecstasies, faintings, shakings, and outcries. One of the things God's releasing is releasing a strange meal to us this year. And you got to remember in Acts 10, when Peter was given this strange meal, he was commanded to eat it, even though it didn't jive with his existing paradigm. But he obeyed the Lord. And one thing that happened is that a door was opened to the Gentiles. A door was opened to the nations. Get ready this year for a major door to be opened to the nations. Here in the Far East, you see, with this ecstatic realm of God's glory, you're going to see Southeast Asia, you're going to see India, China, you're going to see many nations cracking open, where before there had been blocks, there had been shut doors. But these doors are not just opening into these places, but they're doors opening out of these places. As I said, you're going to see some major leaders emerging from the Eastern Church, and there's going to be a lot of glory. And you're going to encounter some things this year, some strange meals that never eaten before. Some of it you may like. Some of it you may not. And get ready. Major ecstatic movement this year. A lot of glory coming from the Far East. A lot of strange meals. A lot of drunken, ecstatic, trance-like glory. You just remember, you're seated in heavenly realms. There are people that they're going to be questioning, is this meal edible? Is this meal clean to eat? The Lord said, take, Peter, kill and eat. The Lord's saying to you right now, take, eat in the glory. Hey, John Crowder coming at you from Hong Kong. Until next week, God bless you. Don't miss the new Ecstatics this April in Santa Cruz, California. Myself, also Justin Abraham and David Vaughn from Wales, George and Winnie Banoff, and Benjamin Dunn. We're going to have a massive, drunken, wobbly table of ecstatic believers enjoying the bliss of their salvation from all over the world. This is going to be a crazy event. We'd encourage you to sign up and join us.
Visit our online store and pick up a copy of The Ecstasy of Loving God. It's my new book. It's all about trances, raptures, living in the heavenly realms, even while our feet are planted on the earth. We've got lots of historical examples of people who operated in this realm of heavy, drunken glory throughout history. About 20 pages of footnotes, historical examples, wild and crazy signs and wonders. I'd encourage you to pick up a copy a day and be blessed.